Tops High Impact. All right, so what I'm doing is just clearing out a little bit. There's a lot of trees that fell during the last rainfall. As you can see, this is kind of an upslope. My tree stand is right up there, and there's a bedding area over here. A little bit difficult to get with the bow just because of angles and distance, but you know, I like to keep the deer comfortable inside here, have them coming back, you know, hanging out over here. There's a nice little warm spot down there, and if I get lucky, maybe some of them will come up here or walk down past my tree stand, and then I'll be able to put an arrow in it. We'll see. But I am testing the high impact today, and so far pretty good. I'll talk a little bit about the handle in a little bit. High impact. All right, guys, so let's talk about this. The high impact. As you just saw, I just took about a 12-inch piece of log and I split it in half. It might be a little bit seasoned, so it makes it a little bit easier, but ideally, if you're gonna be splitting logs, you should use seasoned wood. This is, I think, 5/16 inch thick. That is a very thick. It is very heavy, very robust. It is not what I am used to using. I really use like a regular woods axe. For me, I think this is 1095. If not, I will annotate it. This is a beast. 5/16 inch thick here, and about 1/4 of an inch or maybe a little bit on the head itself, all right? You can choke up on it if you like. There's a whole bunch of videos of guys doing all kinds of fantastic work with this axe. It's a heavy beast. It does have this brown micarta that I'm a big fan of, and these two huge lanyard holes. The sheath itself is leather, very, very good quality. As you can see, I already busted it or cut through it because it is leather, but I use my tools, guys. And powder coated, excellent. You can see the blade right there is very well done. It has a secondary bevel edge, so you can see, so from here, you see how it has this sort of like a convex or flat grind, and then has a secondary bevel. Typically what I carry in the woods is the small Gainsford's Brooks Swedish axe. This is a forest axe, it's or a small boy's axe. A lot lighter and a lot smaller than this. I'll give you a comparison. All right, as you can tell, this is a heavy duty axe. I think the only thing that you would have to worry about with this axe is if the hickory broke, but I've never ran into an issue with it. And this axe has lasted me a long time. Very happy. All right, I mean, they're not cheap. They come from Sweden and they're not cheap. So if you want something like this, it's over 300 bucks. But very well to do, and it does work for my practices. Now is clearing trails, making some type of blind or shelter, because I am a hunter, and any type of emergency situation, I like to have at least an axe. The differences on these two axes are very significant. This has a lot larger hammer on it than this does, obviously, because this is all one piece, and this is an actual hammer head. So if you're interested in banging in spikes or building stuff, this axe would probably work out a little bit better. However, this is a very stout axe as well. You could use it, it's just going to be a little bit thinner, so make sure your aim is on. Weight might be a consideration. This is a very heavy axe. I'll annotate how heavy it is compared to this axe. And the handles. The handles are quite different. Now this is where I started feeling a little bit different when I started swinging this axe. So if you can see the handles, this has more of the Swedish axe has more of a straight line curve to it, and a little bit, and it has this large knoll on the back, which makes sure that your hand doesn't slip out. Whereas the Tops knife has almost the same thing, but it has this hump here. Okay, now I think that hump was to mimic that sort of one-handed swing, but I would not want to swing this with one hand. You will tire yourself out. So I think, Tops, if you're listening, what I would do is straighten this little bump here in the back to make it more of a traditional axe. I know this is not a traditional axe by any means, but straighten this one piece out, and it'll allow you to have two hands on the axe very comfortably. Now some people like to swing with one hand on the bottom, one hand on the top, sort of like a baseball bat, if you will, because I grew up playing Little League. I'm sure you guys did as well. And what this allows you to do is you could almost offset your hands, but it feels a little bit unnatural. All right, so with the Swedish axe, as you can see, it feels a little bit more natural, like a baseball bat. All right, if that makes any sense to you. And with this one, it does not. I found it a little bit awkward swinging it out in the forest when I was chopping up trees. Here in camp, it's no big deal. I could chop all day. I will say that this is a beast of an axe. I'm glad that they went with the one-piece construction. However, you will pay for the weight. Okay, so if weight's not your issue, if this is something that you want to use for campsite, it's great. The other thing is the head is very large in comparison, and I use this for almost everything. So chopping trees, building shelters, gutting deer, this is an excellent axe. This would be a little bit too big to work around animals, and I'm sure it's not meant for that. Okay, so they have other options. Grandpa's axe is one of them, which I'll get into as well. That Grandpa's axe is an excellent deer splitting axe. I would highly recommend it, and I'm going to do a review on that one as well. But this is a beast. When I say beast, when you feel this thing, you know you're going to town with it. But highly recommend. I would recommend. The only thing that I would complain about is just this little hump right here. So Tops, if you're making another rendition, please just straighten this out. And this is a beast. I'm going to carry this no matter what. I'll probably wind up keeping this in my vehicle as an emergency axe, because it kind of does everything, and I don't have to worry about the handle breaking. So guys, do me a favor, like, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. Please become a Patreon member. All you have to do is go to Patreon, costs you $1 a month, where you can watch this video and videos like it. Make sure you're on the mailing list. Go to 3riverblades.com, scroll all the way down to the bottom, first name, last name, and your email address. If you are not doing that, you will not get my discount code and you will be losing out on money. So that's fine by me. But highly recommend. Thank you very much, Tops. I did pay for this with my own money. So I don't mind beating it up because this is definitely going to be a keeper. But thank you very much, guys. As always, please stay safe.